You've already cost me money all summer. And this is documentation that you're costing me money right here. I can't deliver this DoorDash order because the address is to the high school, according to a thug terrorist that has levied damn sanctions on my constitutional rights.
Sir, you're gonna have to find someone else to make that DoorDash delivery for.
That's not how it works.
Well,
Can you tell me why I have to make a home? What's your name?
My name is Emily.
Emily what?
Yance.
Emily Yance of Watauga County Schools is telling me I have to find some alternative delivery person to make a delivery to the board, to the school, because of whose authority? Mrs. Yance?
I can let you talk to somebody else.
No, you can answer whose authority is preventing me from making this delivery. I don't have a criminal record. It's not lawful. This is not the first incident that's cost me a lot of money. This is proof, though. This is great proof. I got the DoorDash order. I passed criminal check, but I got thug terrorists communicating threats if I go about my normal business in the community named Scott Elliott. This is costing me money right now. I should have already been there and delivered it. I better find a better parking spot before the cops roll in and make me park right here like a retard. Oh yes, beautiful Mr. Elliott. This is the evidence I needed. I can't complete this order because of the cocksucking superintendent's slanderous allegations that I communicated threats or some shit. I didn't communicate nothing. I ain't never said anything threatening. I did go to the Board of Education meeting, make a statement, and he didn't like it because it was threatening prison time is what it was threatening. Look, you costed me money, Mr. Elliott. I thought I had to wait till my 1099 to prove that you've cost me money, but this is a great one. I'm going the opposite direction. I'm going the opposite direction of where I'm supposed to be because Mr. Scott Elliott has sanctioned my movements as an authoritarian tyrant in Watauga County, North Carolina, and I can't have that. It already gives me stress to know I can't take my son to curricular activities or anything. He can't play basketball. I can't pick him up and drop him off at school normally. All because I said if you take children out of the classroom for 4 months without contacting the parent, you belong in prison. What are we going to do about this, Mr. Elliott? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to sue him. I just have to finish it.
At 828-264-7190.
Nobody even answered the door. Hello?
Hi, I'm trying to find out for you.
Well, this is costing me a substantial money. This is not the first incident that this order that the superintendent has levied on my personal liberties in my community has been suppressed. I cannot violate this because that would mess up my action.
Right, I understand that, and I'm trying to find out what to do.
He's supposed to answer the damn phone and tell me I can have permission so we are not in conflict with this order that he supposedly thinks he's allowed to do. I can't go and violate this order at this second. I already have something in the works that is litigation that's going to take his job and everybody associated with his job. Got a DoorDash order there going bad. And if they put a bad review on my services as government employees ordering something, like they do, like the corrupt government swine have been founded to be doing.
Who is the delivery for?
That's none of your business. That's confidential.
Well, we need to know.
Well, we need to know.
Well, I can't divulge confidential information about clients, ma'am.
We don't normally have DoorDash at the high school.
Well, you need to instruct your staff that they're not allowed to use such services because of the Scott Elliott's tyrannical implementation.
You're going to have to tell me because we don't usually have DoorDash at the high school.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Is Mr. Elliott there? Hello? Excuse me, is Mr. Elliott present to take a phone call? Are you there? Hello? I'm wanting to speak with Mr. Elliott. This is David Grig. Hello? Do I have to call 911 because Mr. Elliott's keeping me from being able to do my job? I can't violate his orders because that would fuck up my litigation. Hello? You guys cannot take my money out of my mouth, my freedoms and my liberties, and sit there, shut up, and think your jobs and your life is what it's supposed to be. I'm recording this, by the way. Hello? 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 I'll have to call somebody else. You cannot hang up on me trying to contact you to address. You said I had to get permission from you. You have to answer the phone. What's going on? They're not answering the phone. I'm going to have to call 911 and report a problem at the Board of Education building. Now I have to call the sheriff's department. Watauga County Sheriff's Department. They're going to cost me my job.
You have reached the Watauga County.
Look, they've already cost me one job.
Hang up and dial 911. If you know your party's extension, you can dial it at any time by pressing 9 and the extension number. Otherwise, please choose from one of the following 3 options. For the jail detention center, press 1. For communications dispatch, press 2. Communications.
Yes, sir. I'm a DoorDash delivery driver. I got an order here for 300 Pioneer Drive, the high school. You don't know what the destination is until you pick up the order. Scott Elliott has served me a letter saying that I'm not stripping me of the ability to interact with my normal business. With no criminal charges. He's had this levy or this sanctions on my movement around the community. He's stripped my son of the ability to have a uniformed educational experience here in the state of North Carolina, and he's obstructed me from making my delivery right now. I called his office. He might be in danger because I called his office to get consent to drive in there and drop off these cupcakes, and he wouldn't come to the phone. He told me I had to get somebody else to deliver this. I don't know if he's familiar with how the free market works, but that's not a viable option. Then they asked me to refer. Yes, you were going to have to transfer me. I might as well wait.
Yeah, what is your name?
David Grig. Grig.
Okay, yeah, hold on just a second. Let me check.
I'm being prohibited from doing my normal business.
Yeah, sir, hold on just.
Damn. I knew I should have filed that yesterday. I need a cigarette. I ain't had a cigarette in hours. Wouldn't even come up the phone and say, okay, go ahead. I went to the Board of Education meeting and spoke my piece, and then I get a letter saying, oh, that was harsh and unacceptable, and we don't like your opinion. And then they deleted my social media, which I haven't even included in the because I really don't have physical evidence. Hello? Hello? Did they hang up? Dang, I need a cigarette. No, it's still going.
Hello.
Yes. This is
Yes, sir.
This is David Grig. I've been doing food delivery. This is the second job opportunity that Dr. Scott Elliott has stripped me of my ability to move freely around our community, and I can't deliver this order because I called his office to get his consent to make this delivery. He wouldn't even come to the phone. He told me I have to find another driver. That's not how this works. I don't have a criminal record. I've never communicated threats. I've not got...
Okay, can I ask you a question?
What?
Where's the delivery going?
To the high school, but I didn't know that until I accepted it.
Okay, that's fine. Now, question number 2, does it tell you who the order is for?
It does.
Can you give me that?
I cannot. That's client confidentiality, and I hear to that at my paint jobs and at
I
everything.
I understand that. I have the same thing that I have to abide by on mine, too. The only reason that I'm asking is that this could be solved really quickly.
It could be really solved quickly. 3 years ago, if the superintendent didn't levy and sanction my normal business in my community and strip my son of a uniform system of station, and everybody's just denying it.
Yeah.
It's criminal. Tell Rebecca it's criminal to take one syllable off of my social media Facebook page, especially for it to be solicited by government actors.
Well, like I said,
I hear.
About that.
Well, you should know something about that. I pay your salaries to know everything about that and to preemptively shut down aggression against my rights. That's what your salaries are paid for. Not to go out here and chase people down and confiscate drugs and suppress recreational rights and liberties, but to secure our rights and liberties, mister. Who am I speaking with, sir?
This is Lieutenant Morrison.
Okay, I don't know.
And I've been completely peaceful and completely.
Well, I am peaceful. I'm just talking to a phone that doesn't, and a government entity that doesn't desire to do their due diligence and apply the rules of law against the.
Can I finish my thought?
Can I finish my thought, sir? You're on the payroll. I'm sitting here being garnished and inhibited from doing my normal business in this community.
Hey. If you'll let me speak, I am willing to let you do your business. I'll meet you at the top of the road, and I'll accept your DoorDash order.
That doesn't even seem... Well, that'd be good. I'm at the Speedway. I'm going to have a cigarette while I wait for you.
You're at the Speedway...
In a black... Yeah, in a black car. How long will it take? Please tell me I got enough time to walk inside.
Do you want to meet me up at the top of the road where the sign is, or you want me to come down there where you
No, meet me here. At the Speedway.
Okay. I'll be down there in a minute.
All right. Oh, fuck it. Okay, you guys heard that. They said they're going to come down here in a minute. I have to have an armed escort to deliver this DoorDash. I'm going to try to keep... So I got these donuts. I'm doing DoorDash, and the superintendent, Scott Elliott, wouldn't answer the phone to give me permission to drop it off. He said I had to find somebody else. My 1983 damn lawsuit is almost finished. They have a strict policy in the state of North Carolina that they have to have a uniformed code. I mean, the children have a uniform session of school. So if my son was taken out of the classroom for 4 months to Mrs. Jensen's chambers, a counselor, without conferring with the parent for 4 months, Is that uniformed, and is your children being harassed every day at school? And forced into a black car and taken from their parents? A lot of people have been. We need people like the superintendent in prison so the other superintendents around this nation understand that they have a duty to safeguard our rights and liberties over every other job they have enshrined in their detail. So I'm waiting on a sheriff's deputy supposed to escort me because of the unlawful, unwarranted property ban. Oh, well, you yell. Yes, I yell when I'm talking to an inoperative system that don't function in the parameters in which it's designed. Right? They don't do any of their job. No, I'm not finished. Connect. We'll use my damn Wi-Fi. You can't keep blocking me from Facebook. You can't keep blocking me from fucking social media. Never delete it. Never delete it.
Prayer request list. The best hit country. Highway.
I gotta go live for my own protection. Of a real constitutional USA. The ones that I was educated existed when I was a child. There, I'm on my Wi-Fi now. They can't kick me off as easy. They just kicked me off, but now I turned on my Wi-Fi on the car, so put you in my pocket. I got a camera on my chest, so I'll stop and start it a couple of times to keep it refreshed. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is taking me an hour to deliver this one order. Dang, I spilled my beans about my 1983 draft. Now I have to hurry and submit it. Yeah, well, I mean, everything's in effect. Right now, it's in effect. The grievance overstep of our government is in effect right now, preventing me from making a DoorDash delivery. I've had an excellent rating thus far, but this is not the first job I've had to refuse to complete on account of Dr. Scott Elliott's sanctions on my normal business in the community. Got my seatbelt on. I guess the deputy was at the sheriff's department. It's all confidential when I'm working to make a dollar. That's why I don't post all my projects on Facebook, people. It's breach of confidentiality. I would never. Well, I have not yet. I won't say I will never. There's some houses that really do deserve a compliment. But to photograph somebody's house from one end to the other just because you did a little work in there is very unprofessional. Oh yeah, I know how your house looks. I've seen it on Bob's Facebook. My Jimmy could have painted it better. See, you don't open yourself up for stuff like that. I'm not going to escalate this venue and break the order, although I probably could have slipped in there and slipped out of there and nobody ever know. The whole point of the matter is the superintendent needs to go to prison for taking my child out of the classroom for 4 months. That's not a uniform system of education. And if it was, in the guidelines, counselors are supposed to, it says 3 different times, supposed to, sorry, here comes the deputy, have a uniform code of what do you call it?
How you doing, sir?
I'm not good, man, because this is all the time interfering with my life. This Scott Elliott superintendent wants to give me letters saying that I'm banned from the Watauga County School property because I disagreed. I went to the podium of the Board of Education meeting, made a statement that said if you take a child out of the classroom for 4 months without conferring with the parents to try to abduct him through a soundbite that you guys procure through this interaction with the counselor, you belong in prison. And I left. I recorded it. I posted it on my Facebook. It's gone. Okay. So, you know, all the evidence suggests it's government actors taking away people's ability to challenge their procedures, although they don't adhere to the state guidelines of the procedures. My child's supposed to have a uniformed educational experience, not be taken out of the classroom unless all the kids are taken out of the classroom every day or multiple times a week for months without conferring with the parents, to sit with the counselor on a one-on-one situation. You from Watauga High?
Yes, sir.
Did you have that experience?
As far as I remember, yes, sir.
You got taken out of the classroom once a week
I got taken
at the age of 9?
No, I was saying that.
Did you have the experience of being taken into a counselor's chambers with nobody knowing about it? I did not either. And I was educated to the United States Constitution, and I'm educating myself on the state Constitution, and you guys have a bigger duty on the state Constitution. The officer of administrations and officers of, all you guys have a duty, constitutional state duty, to be sure that nobody's rights and liberties are infringed. We shouldn't have to solicit a defense where we already pay for it and got it in writing. I shouldn't have to go to a court, which I'm probably going to be. So I got a dozen cupcakes, I want to be sure I'm still going, that I picked up. DoorDash doesn't tell you your destinations because I've been trying to figure it until you pick up the order. Yeah, okay. So when I got here and I realized I'm getting pretty close to where I think it is, I called Dr. Elliott and said I need some consent to go in here because I don't want to violate his mandate on my normal business in the community because of litigate. It would null and void the litigation aspect of it in the federal courts to get more. That's why I haven't been up to the Board of Education meetings, although I really feel like it. But due to the reading I've done, I guess the courts are the right venue. So are we going to go deliver these cupcakes like my normal business with no
I'll take them up there for you.
I can't do that.
Here's the thing is I can't let you.
Well, I can't.
So.
I can't give them to you. I haven't been trespassed. Where's the paperwork that the county's got?
I understand you've been trespassed.
Where's the paperwork the county's got?
So what did the letter say that?
It's a threatening letter. It's a terroristic letter, unlawful letter.
Well, I haven't seen the letter. From what I understand, talking to Lieutenant Morrison, you're trespassed from the high school. Okay.
Well, then the order's not going. I'm not able to make my money. It should have come through in my background check. If I didn't get due process.
Listen, Mr. Grig, so if you're trespassed from places, that doesn't show up on background.
Well, anyhow, it's not a lawful trespass, what I'm getting at. I have a job to do.
Okay, so here's the thing. They can trespass you from the property. They can trespass anybody they want to from the property. They have that right. Just
no, they don't. They cannot strip a resident of his constitutional ability to protest and address the government in their official capacity at meetings. It's all unlawful.
This has nothing to do with meetings.
It has to do with me earning a living and my son's uniform ability to have school.
So you have to say that you left the order with a person.
I can't.
DoorDash?
No, I have to deliver it pro se to the information. All right, I got all I want here. The superintendent wouldn't answer the phone.
I can't allow you to break the law, unfortunately, just because you.
Well, it's an unlawful order, and you're allowing the superintendent to stomp on my rights. You have a state, North Carolina constitutional obligation to defend my rights, not go out here and harass people for dope. You too. Okay, I'm going to finish this interaction. We're going to continue.
Calling Watauga High School, home of the Pioneers. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time. For specific departments,
it's from the school.
The following options. Dial 2 for the attendance office, 3 for guidance, 4 for the Wait while I transfer your call. Watauga High School attendance office, this is Christy. How can I help you?
I'm looking for a Juna S.
I'm sorry?
Jana. Actually, let me look at this.
Jana Smith? Sure. And who can I tell her is calling?
DoorDash.
Okay, one moment, please.
Excuse me for being a little hot.
Target High School.
JANAS. Some lady named, yeah, I got an order for DoorDash for a JANA, last initial S.
Yes.
Is that you?
testimony if you refuse to give it to him.
I did. I can't. It's not his It's not his spot. I'm calling the person who ordered the food, apparently it seems to be a government entity. Now, Jane, is she going to come down here and get it at the Speedway or not? Her name, I'm calling for a Jana, last initial S, not a deputy. Is she available?
She is right here, but sir, I talked to you a minute ago and you said it would be fine for an officer to meet you and get those cupcakes.
I did not say it would be fine for an officer to meet me and get these cupcakes. I said it's confidential, and if you want to escort me, that's fine, but whatever. Is she there? May I speak with the customer, please? Hello? 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 So you just want me to return these to where I got them? Hello? Customers refusing. I guess the customer's refusing to talk. They haven't hung up. Is she going to ride down here and grab these cupcakes? Hello? Hello? I guess I'll take the order back to the bakery. A restricted government building, I have no access to deliver. Tried to contact customer did not properly respond. Returning merchandise to the bakery. Messing up my ability to make a living for my child. I can't even drop my child off at the school because of this tyrannical thug terrorist. It's ringing. They're not answering. Superintendent Scott Elliott.
Dr. Elliott is out of the office right at the moment at the school. Can I help you in some way?
I just want to confirm that he's comfortable taking my camera.
I don't think Dr. Elliott would do anything to...
If they take a child out of the classroom when they're sworn to promote a uniform educational experience, that's their only duty. And they take that child out of the classroom for 4 months.
Very hard to do that here.
Huh?
I think we try very hard to do
I don't think you do, because if you take a child out of the classroom for 4 months without following the procedures laid out by the state to confer and work as a partner, mentioned 3 times in the procedural handbook for the counselors, with the parent, you got to work with the parent. You can't just take a child out of the classroom and not tell nobody about it, especially for 4 months. Just trying to groom that child to give you a soundbite that you can use to disrupt the family. You disallow all the plausible, everything you guys are doing, everything Scott Elliott has done to my family to rob my child of our wealth in the courts. All of you people are treason. All of you people don't deserve anything but prison time for defaming the state of North Carolina's Constitution as well as our national Constitution. The state of North Carolina is very, very plain. It says uniform instructional. I mean, it says uniform. It says uniform. That don't mean take the children out of the room, isolate them with counselors for months on end so you can get a soundbite to use to do a adjudication to abduct the child. To craft fake petitions by a known meth-addicted social worker that perjured herself on the stand and hadn't faced any repercussions for that felony perjury. See, you guys.
Are you speaking about some of our social workers?
Yes.
Are you saying that they're meth addicted?
Yeah, Carrie Triplett was 15 years old. I witnessed her putting dope in her toenails. Then she turned into a snitch. And when she got done being a snitch, they give her a job at the Department of Social Services. She wrote a petition and abducted my child. And I realized the situation, and she's terminated. She was forced to resign. You know why? Because she's a meth-addicted narc snitch that defeats the purpose of having a state and federal constitution. That poor thing ought to sue the shit out of the county.
Our employees, sir.
It's not. Watauga, yeah, she's not now. Do you know how filthy of a, huh?
She has not been one of our employees.
The social workers? Social workers?
We have social workers. We don't have any social worker by that name.
Well, no, you don't now, because what she did, she's the one that took the rap for it. She's a dope head. She got fired. She got canned. She got quit from her job because she tried to lay out to conceal her damn being strung out after I called it out, and they just went ahead and let her go. Now, I'm taking these donuts back to the original people, and I hope I don't get fired. Because
is this Mr. Grig, and are you trying to deliver some things to the high school? Because that's fine. That's absolutely fine.
What's fine? I know. I tried to call Scott to get. No, it's not fine. He's communicated a threat to me that he's going to escalate actions if I ever set foot on there. I'm not even allowed to drop my son off at school if I feel like it. I'm not allowed to pick up my son at school. My son can't play basketball. My son didn't get to go to the fall festival because I couldn't provide transportation. Because of Scott Elliott giving me a letter saying that he thinks that what I had to say was too crass. At the Board of Education meeting. You have a sworn duty, ma'am, as an employee of the state of North Carolina to defend my rights and my son's rights. You need to read your Constitution, and when you feel like applying it, you need to do so because your job is not to harass, bully, and terrorize people like you do. And I know you're just a receptionist, but the shoe fits, you take a paycheck, you don't do what the state constitution says in any capacity. None of you do. It's treason. I'm going to take this with me to document it. With my door right there. Knock, knock. Are you there? So I picked this order up and it goes to the high school. Due to the conflict of interest, I'm not able to deliver it. So I brought it back to you. Well, thank you. So how do I do this? Because I couldn't deliver it. I went to a board of education meeting and spoke one time. Mm-hmm. Now I'm banned from Watauga County property, school properties.
I'm not sure. I would call customer service and they should be able to cancel the order for you.
Oh, is that customer? No, that's contact customer.
Okay, here you go.
Almighty. Return, whoa, oh, return
Yeah,
task.
Return task.
Anyhow, what you got?
Let's see. I would go maybe, let's see, that's where you went first time, wasn't it?
Couldn't hand deliver it. Yeah, I couldn't.
I'm not sure. I would try to get a hold of customer services, but I'm not sure how.
All right. Well, let me do this. Can't hand customer order. That's all I know to do. I'll call them.
Yep.
Thank you. Costing me money. Yeah, I get ill. When I got people trying to take my money and my children and my freedoms and my liberties, I get real ill. Shouldn't I?
Would like to report a serious safety issue, please press 9. Otherwise, remain on the line. This session may be monitored or recorded for quality assurance and training purposes. Your continued participation in this session will be considered as express consent to be monitored or recorded. Please stay on the line after your call for a brief survey about your experience.
premium. How can I help you?
Carlos, I just had an order. I picked it up. It was a dozen cupcakes. And the delivery destination was the school. And the superintendent wouldn't allow delivery because of a personal bias against me. So I just took it back to where I got it from. I apologize. I wish I didn't have such a terrible government entity in my community that would inhibit somebody just going around doing their normal business, but we do. You know, so I don't know how you rectify it. Do you need any information from me to go in there and do anything? I'm really disheartened with it.
And thank you for letting me know about what happened with this order. I know that this can be very frustrating, but don't worry. I'm going to help you right now. In this case, usually when this happens, you have to report at the location that the customer is unavailable, or you cannot hand the order to the customer.
I tried, yeah. Okay.
Yes, and they can see that you reported it, but you can, in this situation, you can deliver the order to this location at the entrance.
No, I couldn't. I'm not even allowed on the property because of this tyrant. So I don't know where the dash is going until I pick it up. So that's a big problem with these government entities that won't let people have normal access with, you know. So
in this case,
yes.
Excuse me, can I put you hold just 2 minutes while I report the situation to my team?
That's fine. Whatever you think. I'm trying to keep everybody happy, you know. But you know, you just, yeah. Oh wait, is that her? No.
Okay, I will be back.
Okay. Is that who I think it is? I ain't seen her in forever.
Please hang up and dial 911. If you know your party.
Hello? Hello, you're not going to answer? Hello, you just called? Yeah, sir, you called? Yeah, somebody called, just David Grig, just a minute ago.
Okay, yeah, hold on just a second. Let me put you up to him, okay?
All right.
Lieutenant Morris.
Yeah, you called me back?
Yes, sir.
This is David Grig.
To facilitate having Janice Smith come and get those cupcakes, but
You guys didn't reply on the phone, so I just took them back to where they come from. She could have, you know.
That's fine.
Mr. Elliott could give me permission. I could have dropped the stuff off on the sidewalk and been gone, and not lost money, not had money taken out of the mouth of my son and myself. You understand that? You understand what you guys are doing is very wrong in this county, and the school board, social services, and the sheriff's department are all on notice as to their criminal activities. And it is criminal to discard your duties under the state constitution, let alone and then allow people to punish people unconstitutionally on the federal level. All this stuff is just one after the other, depriving me of the ability to make a living, depriving my son of what he should be enjoying, basketball, and he should have been able to go to the fall festival. But when members of the government employees villainize law-abiding citizens such as myself in good standings on every other front in my life until I had to engage through proclamation with the school system, and then have the school system do retaliatory actions, accuse me in 2013 of communicating bomb threats when I didn't even own a cell phone and wasn't even out of the bed, and that ain't something I do. Then they harassed me for years. Then I moved my son to the Hardin Park so we could go to the ball without having to drive all the way out in the county and stuff. And then they tried to abduct my child after taking him out of the classroom for months on end to harass him. You guys really need to examine your duties in this community. It's not running around here with enforcing prohibition laws. You're established to defend the residents' livelihood against tyrants, against people who subvert our freedoms and liberties. It's all in the state Declaration of Rights that you need to read. Every one of you need to read, especially Mr. Scott Elliott. Thank you. Have a good day, man. Stay safe. All right.
You too.
And don't go anywhere by yourself. Bye.